This is the little barrel nut. Just put it on. I just kind of, I don't want to say hand tightened it because I did use this, but I didn't tighten it very tight. Just enough where it really doesn't move, but I did muscle it last time and I completely broke it. And that kept me from driving it a week and a half ago. But that's in. I tried to see if there was any videos or anything on just how you set it and tighten it, and there wasn't anything on there. So I will try and help you guys out if you're going to be changing this or changing the throttle cable. One thing about that throttle cable is, I mean, it's, chances are in really good shape, so I would say you don't need to change it unless yours is right here and this area looks really bad. Then I'd go for it. But if this area right here looks good and the area on the foot pedal looks good, chances are everything in between it looks good as well. So while you might be inclined to want to change it, I would say just leave it alone. It never hurts to buy another cable just in case, but put it on the side with the rest of your parts, because if you have a Vanagon, you'll know having parts, extra parts, is very important. So it never hurts to have extra of anything on here. I've got an extra alternator, I've got an extra starter, and a couple extra ignition coils, and a plethora of other parts. And if you're going to go on long road trips, you definitely want to have a coil with you. Definitely want to have a set of spark plugs with you. A jack that can jack your van up. Wire, I mean, everything, anything and everything that you can think of that you are going to need, you do want when you go on your road trip. Because if you are stuck in the middle of someplace, ain't nobody coming to help you except yourself. But that is the beauty of these Vanagons, especially mine, some of the older ones. Mine's an 82. You can actually get into the engine, wrench it. You can actually take some tools out, work on it, and enjoy it. And fix it. You don't need a pro computer with all kinds of apps and software and hardware and Wi-Fi in order to tune or fix this thing. Just a couple basic tools and you are good to go. I spent a little bit of time just trying to clean up all the wires and make them look as nice and neat as possible. Since everything happened, I was initially afraid to tap into or jump into the engine and work on anything, just because I didn't want to mess anything up. Now, after being in my garage, having all the tools I need, all the resources I need, I have been through the front and back of this thing and feel confident enough to go on any road trip anywhere. And if anything goes wrong, I pretty much know where everything is, and I then can troubleshoot everything for the most part. And worst case, I have been a AAA member for 14 years, so I can call up AAA to come tell me. And while we wait for AAA to come get us, hey, we got a Westie. We've got a stove, a kitchen, a bed. We can cook and eat and relax and just simply cruise until they get there to help. So either way, with that being said, we are safe and we can make an adventure of it all. So I hope if you don't have one, it's definitely worth getting one. And if you've got one, you know all about them. And maybe, hopefully, there's something in my video that taught you something new. But all in all, we're all in it together. We all get to enjoy it together. And I just put that piece. Let's get this thing started. See how it runs. I will set the idle, set the cable, get that thing all working so we can go for a little cruise. I got my shades on, my tank top on. It started. And the VW is on. That is so true. That's my girl telling me that. I am gonna go take a little lap around the block just to make sure everything works good. It sounds absolutely wonderful. We're gonna make it look wonderful and handle wonderful. But let's see how this test run goes. So you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride with me. I just got back to my house. I took a loop around the block. And guess what? Absolute best ride ever. Best ride ever. We have finally diagnosed and treated Vanagon syndrome, or whatever else you want to call it. For those of you who do have a Vanagon, if you haven't experienced it, I hope you never do. And if you do experience it, I hope this video gives you some idea of where to even begin to start looking, because there is a plethora of places to look and figure out what's wrong. Mine had all kinds of things that were happening with it. It ran beautifully. I've had it since 2018 and it is 2022. Sorry, 2019. And it is 2022 right now. So 3 years now. Never really had any problems with it. It started to act up about a year ago, but I still drove it around fine. And it just slowly, like anything else, got worse and worse. So I have replaced a plethora of things on it. Mind you, nothing was very expensive. It was all well priced, relatively easy to find. I want to say thank you to Go Westy, to the Bus Depot, to T3 Technics. I am not affiliated with them, nor do they sponsor me in any way. But through this ordeal for the last few months, they have all been a great help to me, including the forum, the Samba. Lots of people on there that were very, very helpful. So if you have a Vanagon and you need parts, there are a lot of places out there you can get them. But those places that I called and ordered things through in particular were absolutely wonderful. Customer service, parts, and toys. They have so many things that you shouldn't buy, but gotta buy it because it's fun. And that's what's so exciting about these Vanagons, is there's so many things you can do to it, and I have only touched the surface of what I'm gonna do. So many things in store, so many things I've already gotten that are just sitting in boxes right now because, of course, I needed to make it run first. So, Vanagon syndrome has been cured. We are going to enjoy this. I'm going to load this van up. We are going to head to the beach and go enjoy one more time. And I haven't had a chance to drive it at night, so you can see all my cool lights that I got on it. So I'm looking forward to doing that this evening as well. My Vanagon is extremely simple. I did not want to cut into the roof of it. I didn't want to put roof racks or that overhead container thing, although I have thought about it. But I thought about keeping the roof sealed, not worrying about anything leaking, and keeping it as stock as possible. So I will figure out a way to store things in it and enjoy it while I do that, so I can keep cutting to a minimum and keep this whole thing as stock as possible. So that is what I intend to do, and just enjoy it